So, yeah, I'm just playing devil's advocate, man. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, I just feel like you just have to keep dropping stuff, and then you work hard on that project that you want to do. Yeah. But when you're dropping stuff, it should be as visible as possible, because it's all a question of attention. Like, how. Yeah. Again, there's two things, man. One thing is it has to be as visible as possible. Everybody has to be able to get it, and the other thing is like, how you don't know what's actually going to connect with someone. So you might work for like 6 months or a year on that EP, and then you think it's like perfect, but people don't react to it. But that one song that you think is like experimental, people fucking love. But how are they? My thing is just like, how are they gonna know about that song that you have 700 plays on? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
I think it's just more like a thing about putting all the odds in your favor, dude. That's what it is, and that's I think. A lot of artists are obviously worried about how this gets perceived, or when the message they're trying to send out. But like, what if it is a song that maybe you're really not personally a big fan of, that you release, that gets 10,000 plays or gets 100,000 plays, and you're like, fuck, people actually like this vibe, and then you do more of that. Then it, the internet is so good, and social media is so good, because it's like a great research platform. Like, people are there to kind of. When you post a picture on Instagram, if you go on your Instagram right now, I bet you know which ones are the most popular ones. Do you know what I mean? Like, whether it's a picture of you, or like a picture of you in a studio or performing, like, you see which ones get the biggest reactions. Yeah. And then you have to do more of that. Like, I think that's the whole point. I think a lot of people miss that. Like, just like using like your socials, and when you post a song on SoundCloud, and seeing which one reacts more than the other, and following that path. That's literally all it is. Yeah.
No, you would 100% make sense. But I think you touched on something where it's about perception as well. As an artist, I guess. Yeah. You don't want to get stuck doing something that you don't necessarily. Yeah. That's not necessarily your vibe. So I guess that's why I'm hesitant about the way I drop things. Yeah. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. So it's something that I've already been talking to people about. Like, I know the whole Spotify thing, for example. Like, Spotify is a massive platform, so that's something that I really need to focus on more than SoundCloud. Yeah, I say.
Yeah, Spotify, and what I think is really interesting, man, is like, I wish people would do more of, is like using. Well, I'm obsessed with Instagram. Like, I think Facebook's really great as well. Like, I would say I'm not the most experienced in Facebook in terms of like marketing stuff. Yeah. But Instagram, in terms of like just in terms of like searching for people from your area, and then the top 6 that come up, they're like the most popular ones. Did you know that?
Do that.
Look, I'll show you right now. Like, it's just what comes up. On the Discover page, yeah. Yeah. Like, if I put like tape, we're at tape right now, and I put places, and I'm at tape, right? Mm-hmm. Then what's gonna come up is, these first 9, these are the top posts, right?
From tape.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever's tagged Tape London, those first top 9 are the top posts. Mm-hmm. So they're the ones with the most reaction. So they're not the ones that have that are posted in the last 10 minutes. They're the ones that are posted maybe a couple of days ago here, but it's got the most reaction. Yeah. So my thing is with that, like, that's what I mean. Like, the more you learn about stuff like Instagram and all that kind of stuff, like, when you're dropping a song and stuff, the marketing plan could be as simple as like, looking up areas which are either connected to the song or connected to you personally, or places around you, so that you can connect with those people. Because some of the top 9 might be like fucking like amateur bloggers in that area that have like 2,000 followers or 3,000 followers. And those are people that will probably want to connect with you. So if you DM them and you say like, I got this new track, or I see like you're local, like, let's work on a video together or whatever. Yeah. Then I just feel like that stuff's a no-brainer, because then it's a question of you doing something with someone else that has an audience of like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000.
Yeah.
And then they're going to post it because they have an interest in it, because they're going to be in it, or they're going to film it, or whatever. It's a no-brainer, dude. Like that kind of stuff I think is so smart, because it's just like, you know, or the other thing is a lot of these bloggers, you know, there's a lot of people that do like fitness videos, all that shit. They all need music on their things, and they can't post, you know, Drake on there because of licensing. Yeah. So they could, why can't they use yours? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then you just ask them to maybe tag you in the description. So do you know what I mean? Or even if they don't even have to tag you, man. Like people will hear that song and then they'll find that song. People I think are smart enough nowadays. They figure out where stuff comes from and what it is.
I don't know that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that stuff. If I was an artist, that's what I would like spend a lot of time doing. Is just like all that Instagram stuff, man. Because it could be anyone. Like, that's what I mean. Like, it could be fitness, food. Like, there's all these like mini influencers. Everybody's trying to be like a little star on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
So like use that to your advantage, but especially the people that are in, you know, from your area. The other thing is I think to grow an audience is like just again on Instagram and stuff, or maybe just through your own connections, YouTube, whatever, finding other artists that are kind of similar to you, but like from Birmingham, Manchester, that have a similar following. Like, don't aim too high, because those people probably won't reply and shit, but people that have, you know what I mean, like so that you can get something out of it. So like people that have 5,000, 10,000, whatever, subscribers, followers, whatever, and then doing a collab with them, because then you're exposing them to your people in your area, or people that follow you, and they're doing vice versa. Yeah. And that's what I mean. Doing that, I feel like doing that stuff consistently, to the point, you know, leading up to your precious EP that you spent months on, will mean that you've been growing your audience, and then when that EP comes, there'll be more people to see it. Yeah. Because it's not fair. Listen, it's not fair on you. Like, you know, I feel bad in a way. Like, if you don't do all that stuff, you know, you've spent a lot of time and effort, probably money and stuff, like doing your project. If nobody really listens to it, then it's a demoralizing thing, isn't it? Yeah. But
that's the part of the whole point of me coming here. That's the whole point. Like, hear this sort of, and a lot of what you're saying makes perfect sense. Yeah. And I agree with pretty much everything. And so somewhat like put into perspective, I've kind of thought these things. Yeah. But sometimes it's always better to hear it from someone that's in this industry. You know what I mean? Like, that knows what they're talking about fully and can put everything into perspective. And you know, like the reason we're doing this now as well. Like, I have this thing called Kid Talks, which is like to inform young people on music and how to get into it, whatever. But this thing in particular that I'm trying to do now is more like from stuff I've learned from other people, which is like how important content is now. Yeah. You know? And so like on your Instagram and stuff, like you need to have stuff out there all the time. And I think it's not just artists. Like, I think we're all brands nowadays, because we all, if we all have social media and we're all active on it, and we're all, you know, everyone has like a persona on social media, like then you have to have that content out there. You have to have, like, if you're trying to build something, like I'm trying to build myself as a business, or you're trying to build yourself as an artist, whatever, like you have to have more content out. It has to be stuff that people can engage with. And you know, the reason for like doing this as well is like just keeping it as simple as possible, so that you don't make your life so difficult. So like, same with you, man. Like, if you're gonna do, you know, if you want to make sure that your Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all of that has a lot of content every day, then I would not worry about doing beautifully edited videos, and I would just worry about stuff that you can post straight away, man. Like when you're walking down the street, like, you know, like seriously. Yeah. Because I think that stuff is more effective than you think, and also don't worry about the quality of it, because people like look at shit for like barely 10 seconds and they've moved on already. So they absorb that content quickly and they've moved on. Yeah. So you just need to keep hitting them with, it's like little shots every time, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I had this conversation with you heard of We Plug Good Music?
What is that? I feel like I've heard of that.
Sort of
company. Oh really?
Yeah. So I had a chat with a guy that runs that, and he said basically that, like, just have to keep on producing content, just little things, even if it's just studio sessions. Get a GoPro camera, set it up, just record your studio sessions, and then post.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. Like, I just feel like there aren't any excuses, but also like stuff like using your iPhone, dude. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Like, don't think that you have to go out and buy a fancy camera and do, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I think
it's a lot easier now. It's a lot easier now.
That's what I mean. Like, you have all the advantages now.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm really excited about stuff, man. I just think Instagram is one of the best platforms at the moment in terms of, like, you should just get familiar with, like, properly how you can tag everything, tag locations, find other people. You know, my biggest thing, like, you know, this is not about you, but just generally, like younger people that want to get into music.
Yeah.
I think this is so fucking easy now, like, because you can find out so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like, when I started, it was like, you know, I wanted to know who this artist's manager was or whatever. Like, there wasn't any social media when I started. Like, it was like, what was there? Like, barely, when I was like 15, 16, there was like MySpace.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing where I started, like, you know, weaving in and out, and you could, like, see that this person was friends with that person, and you could connect the dots. But now on Instagram, it's like it could be anyone, dude. It could be like Post Malone posts a picture, and then he's already tagged everyone in it, and people can, like, follow the path, and then you can find out who the whole team is.
Yeah.
And then you could figure out, like, who to reach out to on anything. Like, these guys doing video and stuff, like, they can find out who the videographer is for anyone. It's like, it's so easy, dude.
Yeah.
But it's just a question of, like, I think once you find that information out, it's like a question of, like, how you approach people.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why I was saying, like, target people that are maybe similar level or a bit above in terms of, like, followers and stuff, so that it's, you know, you have to be able to offer them something that they need, because obviously if it's someone that has 100,000 or, you know, 1 million or whatever, like, then they're obviously doing other stuff, and your chances are lower, you know?